Are you tired of constant lag in Dragon Ball Legends PvP? Tired of not being able to properly move during a match? The timing of your inputs not aligning, which could throw off the entire game completely?
Denied! I dropped! Oh my god, the stupid legs!
Random inputs going off that are out of your control, which could cost you big time. And worst of all, your opponent being able to move and attack just fine through it, while you're struggling to even get a proper sidestep registered.
Bro, I can't do anything, dude. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Trust me, you're not alone. Myself and the entire DBL community have all had that one match where it's borderline unplayable. Yet the opponent seems to be able to get infinite priority and sometimes even take unfair advantage of the lag by purposely causing it in the first place. It's annoying, not right, and makes playing this game super unpleasant. And I want to talk about it, because this has been one of the biggest problems this game has been facing for years now, and really still hasn't been properly addressed. Now, we all know that lag is a universal experience. It's been around since the very second online gaming was conceived, meaning Dragon Ball Legends isn't the only game that has to deal with this issue. But the reason why lag being this common is bad for a game like Legends is due to the fact how heavily the game's core design relies on precise timing and responsiveness. This is an extremely fast-paced game, where every single interaction has to be planned in your mind even before you execute it. You need your full attention on predicting your opponent's actions, because depending on the character you're fighting or how good your opponent is, even one miscalculation could potentially cost you the entire match. And this point heavily applied back during the Legends Fest 2024 meta, where every unit in existence could infinitely combo you to death. If you made even one mistake, which led to your opponent gaining priority, you didn't get to play the game anymore. Might as well just save yourself the time and forfeit like a good little boy. Every sidestep, vanish, any input has to be timed almost perfectly in order to gain priority over your opponent. So when lag gets introduced into that kind of environment, not only is it annoying as hell, but it completely breaks the flow of the match. And another thing is, DBL isn't like other games where lag will adjust over time. Nah, when your opponent is lagging, that shit is staying for the entire fight. And it gets even worse when you start to add things like misread inputs on top of it. Let me know if you guys can relate. Has your character ever just randomly tackled before, even when your finger wasn't even close to the area of the screen that initiates it? Or what about when you go to click a card, and it either doesn't register at all, or something completely different happens? This even applies with Overdrive and Rising Rush. You know how many opportunities I've had robbed from me? So many times where opponent just mid-range attacks, and I go to click either or, and nothing fucking happens. It is so frustrating missing out on these golden opportunities to take out your opponent, just because the game doesn't want to work as intended. But by far, the worst form of lag is when players intentionally use it to their advantage to secure a cheap win, aka lag switchers. Lag switchers are certain types of players who deliberately disrupt their connection during a match to try and throw off their opponent's timing and inputs, which could lead to you experiencing delayed actions, combos you didn't mean to drop, or completely unresponsive controls on your end, while they're still able to play around it. The best way to tell if somebody is lag switching is when the match starts off super smooth, you're beating the opponent's ass, constantly gaining priority and outplaying them, then all of a sudden, the connection immediately becomes laggy. And to give you guys an actual example of what I'm describing, take a look at this match from the homie Virgil. Pay attention to how everything seems to be going smooth, and then out of nowhere, it becomes super laggy, then immediately goes back to normal like nothing.
Okay, 50-50 says he doesn't. No. Didn't mean to actually click that. It was just too late because I already clicked it. Tragic. Smart rush, I guess. It really is, yeah. Oh, I literally just clicked my first freaking card, gang. This game is... Bro.
Are you serious, my brother?
Where did the lag go? I just... What? It just came and went.
The fact that people are still able to do this years into the game's lifespan is completely ridiculous. How has there not been any form of acknowledgement on this issue? Just blatant cheating being allowed to exist for this long, despite the numerous complaints, is crazy. It's issues like this, on top of everything else, like the toxic metas and the scummy behaviors from the developers, that make it unsurprising why almost everyone who plays this game has at least one problem with it. I understand Legends will never be a perfect game, and I'm completely fine with that. But there has to be some kind of solution, or at least any form of effort to fix these problems. All it's doing is making the overall play experience more frustrating, which could even push players away from the game entirely. And with how much profit Bandai has made from this game alone, not to mention their other games, there's no reason that the DBL servers should always feel like they're being run on potatoes and cardboard cutouts. Anyone remember how the game was always in maintenance every 5 seconds during the 6th anniversary? Bandai, lock in, man. Anyways, that's really all I gotta say. I know this video was on the shorter side, but I don't really know what else to say but the problems I have with the lag. I can't really offer any solution like I usually would, since I don't know what goes on behind the scenes or how to even fix a problem as severe as this. I'm just a player at the end of the day, and that's Bandai's job to figure out. But let me know if you guys can relate to this lag problem in the comments below. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, hope you have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.